Mozart also wrote operas, and modern dramas have nothing on his plots. Mozart's operas are wild stories, full of violence, intrigue, and lots of sex. His Così fan tutte, for instance, is based on a premise of two men betting that they cannot seduce each other's girlfriends. They both succeed, disguised as Albanian soldiers, which is a whole story in itself, and hence they lose the bet, but somehow they manage to come clean and live happily after anyway. The moral of the story, of course, is that women are all the same and cannot be trusted. And, if you want another one, the title character in Don Giovanni has attributed to him no fewer than 2,065, yes, 2,065 sexual conquests and a murder. He keeps himself busy. At least he, though, ultimately gets what he deserves, as in the end of the opera he is dragged down to hell by a statue whom he has invited to his house for dinner. I swear I'm not making this up. The end of Mozart's life was not very happy and has been shrouded in mystery. He had been commissioned to write a requiem. For those of you who don't know, that's a mass for the dead. And he was working on that when he got sick and became convinced that the requiem was in fact for him. This is probably not true, but he didn't know that. He also thought he was being poisoned by a rival composer, and that also was probably not true. He may have inadvertently been poisoning himself with particular medicines, but there was no foul play. If you want my opinion, though, this is all a cover-up. After seducing a couple thousand too many women at a party one night, Mozart was last seen attempting to deliver a dinner invitation to a statue. Next, in our tour of great classical piano music, we come to Mr. Ludwig van Beethoven, who is best known for being the earliest major composer whose name was not Johann. You will remember, if you've been paying attention, that the piano had its infancy during the time of Bach. By Beethoven's time, the instrument had outgrown its diapers and was growing bigger and stronger by the day. Beethoven took advantage of this to make music more extreme than anything that had come before him, and as a result of all of his great musical innovations, he faced a lot of criticism for being, quote, too modern. Remember that the same thing has been said of John Cage, whose most famous piece, 433, begins like this. And continues the same way for 4.5 minutes. Just think, 100 years from now, if the trend continues, Cage might be one of the great composers of all time. Beethoven's piano music. Back to Beethoven. Can you tell I'm really good at staying on topic? Beethoven's piano music is full of contrasts and contains a lot of sounds and techniques not found in music before his time. Also, his sonatas all have special names. For instance, the Pastoral Sonata. He also has the Pathétique Sonata. Now, don't be fooled by the name. Pathétique does not mean pathetic. It's closer to something like angsty. Beethoven was good at angsty. Beethoven also wrote the Moonlight Sonata, which is so easy that everyone plays it badly, and the Hammerklavier Sonata, which is so hard that nobody plays it at all. We also have Beethoven to thank for Für-Elise. expecting that one. No pianist can escape Fiuelis. They don't let you into the union if you haven't played it at least a dozen times. Incidentally, the title of the piece, Fiuelis, means for Elise. Nobody knows who Elise was or what she might possibly have done to deserve this.